Hello everyone, this is me doing a proper intro even though it's the day after. I didn't do one yesterday because, I didn't do a very good job of vlogging. I went into the day with a very relaxed attitude. I had no expectations. I actually thought it was going to be crazy because we haven't really competed in a while and I didn't give him any calming paste. The last comp we did was the ACT dressage comp in November. He did have calming paste. I was quite tense that day. It wasn't our best. And the last time we did a full show jumping course was in July at the Hunter Trials. So this is my attempt at a vlog for the first show of 2022, the January casual show jumping and dressage day comp at Murray Bateman. I was hoping for at least one good test and I was hoping for a clear show jump round. But yeah, went in with no expectations, didn't really mind how we would go because I was just so grateful to be back out there. Like I nearly cried when I heard the loudspeaker. Haven't heard it in so long. It was just so nice to be back out and about. Massive shout out to Jamie, my star groom. I did not give her enough credit during the vlog. She was such a massive help all day, telling me to breathe, reminding me to stay calm and positive. Thank you so much, Jamie. Thank you so much everyone who makes all of this possible, and thank you for watching. Morning squad, we're about to leave. I'm so excited. I'm eating my chicken and rice for breakfast. If I don't eat like something really high in energy, I'll get really shitty. See you soon. Alrighty, so pony secured, boots are on. We're about to get on the float. And here's Jamie, my top groom. Hi. Alrighty, we found the show jumping and Jamie and I are just going to pole pick for the cross rails to do our part today. We'll do this for an hour and then we'll get cracking with the other exciting things. We finished pole picking and we got ready for the dressage. In a bit of a panic, but we're running on time and Finny looks good and I'm feeling good. We're about to do the 2A. I just want it to be calm and clean, but I don't mind if it doesn't go very well because I know that it's going well in training, so it's fine. Okay, so a voiceover vlog is something I've always wanted to try. I'll tell you about my scores as we go. I was really happy that I only got between 6s and 8s, which is so consistent, so nice to see that all the work we've been putting in has paid off. Yeah, overall very happy. Okay, so I didn't create a very good line for myself coming onto my center line, which made it a bit wobbly. And I think I got a bit tense coming in because he threw his head around a little bit. But he settled nicely and I didn't wait long enough for him to step up into the halt there, so that was shocking. But we still got a 7 somehow. I don't think that was very well deserved. But anyway, he settled into the contact nicely and he was being nice and consistent. That turn was fine. Then I noticed he was being a bit sluggish. You can see me like kicking each stride, which I don't usually do. And I was like, oh God, this isn't going to be good. But I mean, he still looks nice and forward. We got a 7 for that half circle, which was good. And then we just got out of frame here. I might have to switch between my two cameramen. Anyways, we got a 7 for this second half circle as well, which was good. And you can see me really kicking him along here, which is not great. I was like, oh shit, he's going so slow. But he looks really nice. He was being really consistent. And like he did feel like he was listening, which was very nice. I love this part of the test. Just some nice, easy trot work, you know. Good way to start off. Yeah, I was really happy with him. He just felt a bit slow, but that's fine because slow means he was relaxed, which is fine by me. Way better than when we first started. And here is our legendary stretchy trot. We love our stretchy trot and we got an 8 for that, which I was very happy about. And he gets a bit distracted when I gather my reins sometimes, but he was really good there. And then we go into our lengthen trot and it looks quite awful. There's supposed to be lift and a moment of suspension when you lengthen the stride, and we just can't achieve that yet. We will work on it and get better. But we did manage to get a 7, so that's fine. And then that walk transition was awful because I did not prepare enough, but that's all right. And our medium walk was all right. Like I really struggled to get him forward in the walk. So I was happy with that, but we got a 6.5. And then from the medium to the free rein, I was just trying to be really accurate because I get confused between the two tests and I went to the wrong marker last time, I think. So just trying to be spot on here, which we pretty much were. We got a 7 for our free walk. And then coming out of it, every single time he would jig jog. We work on it so much at home and he still jig jogs, and you can see he almost did there for a second, and then I yanked on his mouth because I knew he was going to do it, which was not great, and that's why he threw his head in the air, but at least he didn't do it. And then this transition was really messy and lazy, but at least he picked up the right lead. I was happy with that. And then straight into our lengthen canter, which was also very modest, but I tried my best and he stayed on the contact, so that was good. And the circle was pretty good. We got 6.5s for those last 3 moves, which is not amazing. At least they were clean or reasonably accurate. And now we're coming around to the part of the test that I find the most challenging, because he gets really sprung out on the long diagonal and just doesn't really listen and sort of falls into trot. And he kind of did there, but that's literally like the best we've done so far. And we got an 8 for it, so that was really great. And it was right over X2. It was very accurate. And then this part of the test I was also really worried because he picked up the wrong lead a couple of times in training, but he got the right one and we got a 7.5 for that transition, so that was good. And then into the lengthen canter, which we got a 6.5 for again. We really need to work on our lengthens. 7 for that 15 metre circle. It was pretty good. He was staying really nice and relaxed in the canter, which was great. And then we were supposed to trot at A, and I don't think this transition was very good. Yep, it was early and he kind of fell into it, but we got a 7 for that. And then into the lengthen across the diagonal again, which we got a 7 for. And you can see he is sort of flicking his legs out a bit more, but it just looks like he's running, in my opinion. And we really need to work on that. But anyways, there was a more clear downwards transition back to working trot there, which was good. He tends to get quite tired towards the end of the test here, but he was going really nicely, holding it together. He just gets like heavy in the hand, but no, he still looked great and he felt great, and I was really happy. So we did our last little half circle, and then it's halt up the top here. I was really proud of this halt. I mean, he put his head up for a second there, but I held it and it was square, and then big pats. My dad videoed for it just a little bit extra there, and I think it's really cute. So there you go. And then I didn't vlog at all in between the 2 tests, so here's a video of him enjoying his icy pole. Alrighty, so onto the 2C, which is definitely the harder of the 2 tests in my opinion. Also, apologies in advance, I've sort of cut up the video because it was filmed from further away, so hopefully you can see it a bit better. And I've sped some bits up and it's not the best quality, but I'm really proud of this test, so please watch. So we got a 7.5 for that halt, which was nice. And then coming round to the lengthen stride in trot, which is again not our strong suit. We got a 6.5 for that one. It just looks very messy. Let's not talk about that. Actually,
done one dressage test this
and
morning.
then
Exceptionally well.
we come around to the leg yield from our left, which is definitely our better side, I think. I prepped really early and got it right on the marker. He started really well, and then I lost his bum a little bit there, as you can see, but that's alright, it was still good. And then the little 10 metre circle, we got a 6 for the leg yield and a 7 for the circle. He was feeling really nice, but same as the last test, just a little bit sluggish, and you can see I'm like really pushing and like my legs creeping up, because I do that when I'm like trying to push him along. And then round to the leg yield from the right, which we got a 6.5 for, though the first one definitely felt better, but anyways. And then a 6.5 for the circle as well. And then we make our way around for the stretchy trot circle. He felt fine around here. I've just sped it up. He was nice and consistent. That was good. And then our lovely stretch down trot, we got an 8.5 for, which I was very proud of. I felt that I'd kept a nice rhythm and he wasn't completely vacuuming, which he tends to do sometimes because he loves his stretchy trot just a little too much. And then I gathered the reins well. He sometimes gets a bit distracted there, but he was listening, which was really good. And then we come around to the medium walk, which you got a 7 for, which is very impressive because, as I said, he was being very sluggish. I'm not going to make you watch it because it was slow and sluggish, but we got a 7, so that's great. And then the stretchy walk, we got a 7 as well. He felt pretty good. He did almost jig jog again. I think he might have for a split second, but I caught it. But still wasn't quite organised enough to get a nice transition here to the left canter. He just, oh God, why was that so early? He anticipated it and then, I don't know, I just let him go. But anyways, this canter loop was really nice. I went straight through X, which is really good, and we kept a nice rhythm, and he was nice and consistent because he does tend to like toss his head in the canter loops a bit. We got a 7 for that. Oh, and we got a 7 for the transition somehow. But yeah, recovered really nicely, and he was going really nice and smoothly until he dropped out of canter for a second there, and you probably heard me, I was like, no! And we got a 7 for that as well, so the judges were being very nice. And then a 7 for the lengthen canter as well. I was really proud of that lengthen canter because you can actually see us go there, which is quite rare. And then coming round to the hardest part of the test, changing rein through the trot there. He used to pick up the wrong lead. It used to be so messy. We would just fall in and out of the transitions, but he was beautiful there. He was really listening and he popped in and out of it so nicely. I was so proud. 7.5 for that, and then a 7 for this canter loop. I just didn't quite make it to X there. You can see my track is like on the side of the other tracks, but it was still a nice loop. And then our 15-meter circle up the top there was pretty good. We got a 6.5 for that, but anyways, he kept cantering, so that's always good. And then the lengthen stride here, we got a 6.5. This one wasn't as good as the first one, but yeah, he was doing really well because obviously that's a lot of cantering. And a 6.5 for the trot transition. I was also really proud of that. He didn't fall into it as I would have expected coming close to the end of the test. And then the last element was the lengthen stride in trot, which you got a 6.5 for. And again, considering it was the end of the test, I think he did that really nicely. He was nice and consistent and wasn't running. And then down the centre line, halt and salute, which we got an 8 for, which was a great way to finish. I do really like this halt because you can see like I look so happy. It was just a nice, definite halt. Beautiful. And then, yeah, lots of pats. I was very happy. Okay, so we just finished our second dressage test and they were both pretty good. I'm really happy overall. He was very relaxed, which is good. Just a couple little mistakes, but that's fine. And yeah, we're just chilling out and gonna do show jumping soon. So I didn't warm up too much because obviously he was very tired, but he felt really good, nice and adjustable. I didn't really know the course, so I spent a lot of the time trying to learn the course as well. Oh, and then of course our first jump looked like that. Bless him for clearing it. And then I just did 2 more to prove to myself that I can in fact see a distance. And they were good. This is my family trying to work out the course.
1, 2, and then 3, 4.
Yeah, and then it goes 5. Yeah. I know the beginning, I just don't know at the end. Starting now?
Okay, so as I said earlier, literally hadn't show jumped since July. We hadn't done a full course, so I was really scared, but he was nice and relaxed. He was actually a bit on the lazy side here. We lined up the first fence and it was a decent oxer and I was like, oh shit, but he cleared it. We got a bit close, but he cleared it. And then good line to the next one, but again, we got a bit close. But that's okay. And then this turn was really nice. I was nice and straight to this line and that was nice. And then this was quite like a sharp right angle turn, but we took it nicely and he was listening, and then I pushed for a better distance there and that was good, though he did tap the pole but it didn't fall. I just need to squeeze at the base of the fence. I need to remember that just to get a little bit more upwards energy. Anyways, then he started to wake up a bit more for this line, chipped in there but jumped the second one nicely, and then I was looking around and I was like great, and I got a really nice line to this one as well. I was dead straight and then bam, no indication that he was gonna stop. He just spooked at the blocks underneath and was like, nope, not today.
Naughty.
And then this second attempt, I set him up so badly and there was no way he was going to jump at that time. I was really embarrassed at first because I was like, 1, refusal's fine, but 2, that's just embarrassing. But that was my fault. That was completely my fault. I should have gone around that other jump. And then I gave him a second to think about it that time, and then I did another circle because yeah, I needed to realise that it wasn't a clear round and I could just take my time to get it right the second time. We got it the third time, even though he kind of threw his body over it really weirdly there. He did not like those blocks, and then he got a bit strung out there. You can see he's starting to get a bit feisty and not listen, and sort of charge at the jump there. So he not listen to my hands at all. That's what he's normally like, but he actually jumped that one really nicely. And then I said there, I was like, I can't stop. And we flew around to the last one and he jumped that nicely. I felt like I had no control after he started to get chargy, but he actually jumped those last 3 fences better than any of the other ones. So I definitely need more impulsion next time. But yeah, I don't care. It was just really nice to get back out there and give it a go.
Alrighty, so show jumping was not awesome, but I still had fun, so that's okay. I'm still happy, and dressage was great. I can't believe we placed in the novice 2A. We came 5th.
Little correction, we actually came 5th in both tests. We came 5th in the 2A out of 21 and 5th in the 2C out of 12, which is really exciting. I just didn't hear them call it over the loudspeaker for the 2C, which sucks because I could have got 2 ribbons, but it's fine.
Following 4 riders, or maybe it was 3 riders, I don't know, from the same family, so like obviously they're like very talented.
This was also the same in both tests, which is pretty funny. So in the 2A it went Jim, Rebecca, Isla, and then me. And then in the 2C it went Rebecca, Jim, Isla.
So that's pretty cool that I was up there with them, so yeah, very happy.
Here's Finny, the champ himself, who spooks and doesn't jump blocks, but is apparently a dressage pony, so that's okay. No, he was really good. I'm really happy with how he went, so he can have the last bit of his slushy that I made.
Home time. Bye, Finny.
Also, I drove the float here and I'm driving it home. Here's Jamie in the back. How was your day? Good. Good. That's good. Success all round. I was really proud of myself for driving the float there and back, and also he unloaded beautifully at both ends, which is such a big achievement because you can see that if you watch his back feet, he just gets so nervous, he's so unsure of himself, but we're definitely getting better, so that's good.
We got home at about 3:30, unpacked the car, dropped the float home, and now we are finishing the day with sombreros, of course.
Thank you for watching. Goodbye.